Well, on this Wednesday walkabout, there's so much stuff going on. I have my friend Lalo, two other guys that you guys always help me keep everything organized in front, don't you? How many years, Lalo, have you guys helped me?
Probably almost 17.
17 years? Okay, 17 years. I have known these guys. They come every week. They are great. I so appreciate them. And they're helping me plant lots of bulbs in the front yard. So I think it was maybe we've got over 1,000 tulips to plant in the front. I'm going to do all the planting in the window box. And then look over here, once we get in all of the tulips, then I've got like 13 flats of pansies and some violas that I'll come back in and install a little bit later, and in some of the containers on the front porch. We move the pumpkins out of place while the tulips get located in here, and then I'll put them back until Thanksgiving, in which case then they'll go away permanently. And Lalo, I've got another flag kind of hiding back in there.
Okay.
So how I communicate on where I want the bulbs is I just put out utility flags. So there's lots of utility flags throughout the garden, and then we just dig big holes and put about 25 to 50 in a hole. And these guys are experts because they've been doing it 4 years. The only part that's, I think, really we have to be mindful of is I have so many little seedlings that are coming up that I just have to kind of be careful about that, so I don't disrupt any of the seedlings that I want to complete the show a little bit later. So now let's go to the back. So I'll be planting lots of pots with tulips. You can see I've got some gentle giants here, some pink cubes, some smooch, and some of these are all going to be going in containers. And I do all of the container plantings myself, and I'll be planting lots of the pansies up in here. So it's all rather, like I say, just very, very chaotic. And you can see that as we walk to the back. Look up here. I told you that I've really been into, Stuart, I'm
doing loop-de-loops.
Yes, sorry, Stuart's doing loop-de-loops because he can't keep up with me. I've got all sorts of different daffodils in here and some hyacinths. Some of these are actually going to be, it's my big thing this year. I'm gifting lots of bulbs. And I've already given one great big housewarming gift to somebody, and I'm going to gift some more housewarming bulbs to somebody down the street here shortly. So come back here. Like I say, everything is a mess. I just planted some bulbs in these containers and did a video on that, which you guys should be able to see, I think, Stuart, this weekend. And I'll talk about how I do that, what my methodology is. We have been pruning back along the top of the fence line, all sorts of wisteria vines, Virginia creeper, and everything that was getting up into the trees. And I wanted to make sure that we go into winter with all of that cut back. Stuart's got all of his camera stuff flying all around, Stuart, because we're shooting lots of video today. And got my work table up, just got in all sorts of fun amaryllis, some things for a little present that I'm giving someone. This is, like I say, this is just all of this activity is going on today. And kind of to give you an update, we've still got some leaves on the Boston ivy, but most of this on the wall over here, all of that foliage has pretty much blown away. And I'm getting ready to do a deep clean of my studio and office to get it ready, because I'm hoping over the Thanksgiving long weekend to be able to spend a lot of time out there in front of the fire. And I've got lots more bulb planting to do back here. I said that I was going to do it, and I changed my mind. Lots of my myrtle topiaries I'm keeping out here as long as possible before I have to bring them inside in lower light and in the dry air of my winter home. And so I'm leaving them out as long as possible, because you guys, we have not had a hard freeze here. We don't have a hard freeze in the 10-day forecast, and I'm starting to get a little bit nervous also, because we haven't had much rain at all. So I am definitely going to, maybe if I'm very, very good, Santa will come to town and also bring me some rain. What do you think, Stuart? Hopefully. So, like I say, things are chaotic here. I've got lots more bulbs to plant back here. The guys help me and they do all the front planting, and I do all of the planting in the back. So I think I've got maybe 600 bulbs that I'm going to be planting back here. Lots in containers, lots in the flower beds. I'm doing more allium, and by the way, you guys have frequently asked me if the allium come back year to year, and yes, if they have really good drainage, they will come back year to year. And I guess maybe I haven't asked a question of the day yet. So there's my question of the day. Are you guys going to be planting any? I'm interested about two things: allium and hyacinths. Are you going to be planting any allium and hyacinths this year? And if you're doing hyacinths, that's hard to say, hyacinths, are you going to be doing them in pots or in the ground? So there's my question of the day for you guys. And just in general, do you live in a place where you can already have your bulbs in the ground, or have you been in a waiting mode like I have been, because it's just really been too warm? But I'm going ahead and doing my typical scheduled time approximately a week before Thanksgiving, in anticipation that if it doesn't freeze, the temperatures are at least getting a lot cooler, so they can put out all those good roots and bloom beautifully next spring. So there you go, on this inordinately warm day. Look here, my snowball viburnum is still kind of blooming. And Stuart, if you can show, there's a few roses over there that are also blooming. It's going to be, I think, are the highs in the 70s today, Stuart? 72. But hopefully things will cool down and we'll have our traditional fall temperatures pretty soon. So there you go, on this very whirlwind, chaotic walkabout. That's what's going on in my garden. What's going on in yours? And here's my Wednesday walkabout fashion epilogue. Today I have, some of these beautiful Atrios earrings on that I just love so much. We'll make sure to put a card. And Stuart, by the way, your mom wants some of these, not these exact ones, but she wants some of these for Christmas. So just FYI. My shirt is a sleeveless denim shirt that I got at Goodwill. I think it came from Gap, but I got it at Goodwill. Secondhand store, thrifted. My Christmas sweater, as Stuart calls it, I have had for many, many, many years, and it might be fun for you to go back and watch some of the previous videos, and you can see that I've worn it in some of those. This is one of my favorite sweaters. It's J. Crew, and I've had it for a very long time. My skinny jeans are also, I believe, J. Crew, and my boots are my Sundance boots that are kind of my go-to for this time of year. Love them, love them, love them. So there you go. That's my fashion epilogue du jour.